Good morning everyone, welcome back to Slick's Car Care. Today we're going to be working on this Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio and we're going to be carrying on with our how-to series detailing hacks. And the thing that I'm going to be focusing on today is wheels. One, how to get the best result cleaning your wheels, and secondly, how to do it safely and understanding the products you're using. So the first thing before starting the job, we want to make sure we've got the right tools to get the job done properly. So let's run through what we're going to be using. So here is our wheel bucket. We have firstly a EZ wheel brush. You're always best using these in hot water. It softens the bristles. Ours is a little bit worse for wear, but still functions perfectly fine, but it just looks a little bit rough. So yeah, hot water is going to soften the bristles and make it clean the wheels safer. Secondly, we want a normal detailing brush, like so. And then finally, we also have a dedicated wheel mitt. In terms of chemicals, what we've got. So firstly, Toby from New Look Detailing is going to hate me for this because this is NLD wheels, but there's no label on it because he didn't send me a bottle with a label, so that's his fault. But this is a pH neutral wheel cleaner. It's almost more like a wheel soap or a lubricant than anything else. So it's a very gentle, safe for ceramic brakes especially. Secondly, we have a sample product supplied by NLD. This is a alkali wheel cleaner. Again, this one is not in production yet, so it's currently in testing, but it's actually very, very good. Thirdly, we have NLD APC. This is ideal for degreasing areas like tyres, and also very good as a pre-wash as well. And then finally, we have NLD iron. This is for removing burnt-in kind of iron contamination or larger bits of brake dust, etc. But yeah, also very good. It's a new formulation of this product, so it's a lot thicker, a little bit slower to activate, but stays on there working a lot longer. Now, before we get started, we've obviously got our huge target for the end of the year of hitting 1,000 subscribers. So if you do us a favour, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoy the video as well, why not share it? So, the first step, like you would on your paintwork, a lot of people miss this out on wheels, is a pre-wash. You wouldn't go washing your paintwork straight away with it dry, so we're going to use APC, spray it over the whole wheel, and let it take off the majority of the dirt and jet wash it off. So let's do that first. So let's take a look at where that's put us up to. It's took the majority of the dirt off, but is already showing us, don't know if this is going to focus, there we go, it's got some embedded kind of iron contamination, heavy embedded brake dust. It's not a particularly clean wheel, so it's going to test us a little bit. So the next thing that we're going to do is use NLD wheels to take off the majority of the surface dirt, and then we can re-evaluate again. So the way that we do this, we use the EZ wheel brush to get to the back of the wheel, the actual barrel, and then we'll use the brushes on the face and also the mitt as well, just to get into any more tricky areas. So, the NLD wheels is a cracking little product. It's not the most aggressive wheel cleaner that you can get, but what it does do brilliantly is safely clean wheels, even on hot sunny days, because it's a thicker, more gel-like product. It doesn't tend to dry out on wheels, and also with it being pH neutral, you've not got to worry with ceramic brakes or anything like that, and it just takes off the surface dirt, so your general road dirt, brilliantly, leaving behind anything that is further embedded which needs a more aggressive product. So it's using the safest method to get the majority off. And it may be the case if your wheels are very clean, or if they're well looked after or regularly maintained, you're not going to have to do another cleaning stage after that. So why use a more aggressive product than what you need to? Right, so here's what we're left with. We've got some quite heavy build-up on the edges of the spokes, and also kind of a general film of build-up as well on the barrel. So the next thing I'm going to do is use an alkali wheel cleaner to try and break down a little bit more of this. I'm not expecting this to shift a lot, but also as well as a few little crevices where the alkali wheel cleaner will help further clean the wheel. And then we're going to use an iron fallout remover to then deal with the rest of the build-up. So with iron fallout removers, one of my biggest bugbears is seeing people apply it to the wheel and just rinse it off and expect the best result. To get the best result out of these cleaners, you need to make sure you're agitating them, otherwise you're not going to get the full cleaning power. So the wheel is now looking tip top. There's not one bit of burnt in brake dust left on there. Really happy with how they've come out. But you may have a film of iron fallout remover left on here, which is going to be mildly acidic, so it's best to get it off. So I'm going to rinse the wheel with an APC finally just to finish it off. I'm also going to degrease the tyre to help the tyre dressing sit better. And while I've got the APC to hand, I'm going to do the wheel arches too. So let's do that finally, and then we can call them done. Okay, so the Alfa Romeo is now completed. We've just done a chemical decontamination and a polish with Ceramic Pro Nano Primer, and then one coat of Ceramic Pro Top Coat. This car was coated previously, so this is just like a top up for the car. Now, going back to wheels, there's obviously a few points that I want to make. The first one being obviously with fallout removers. You'll probably see it all over Instagram all the time of people just spraying fallout remover on the wheel, sorry. And the wheel will be bleeding purple, absolutely covered in it. And don't get me wrong, this looks great for Instagram, but it's not actually the best way to use the product. It's just wasteful. It's an expensive product to use. You're best off getting the wheel as clean as you can, using normal traditional wheel cleaners, and then using this to remove the embedded dirt. It's going to give you much better results. It'll save you money as well. Also, acidic wheel cleaners, in a professional environment, they 100% have got a place. I haven't included those in this demonstration because I wanted to try and keep it as safe as possible. And to be honest with you, if we ever use an acidic wheel cleaner, we like to try and remove the wheel from the car to save it damaging any other areas. So yes, they do have a place. With very heavy embedded iron particles, 100,000% we would probably draw for an acidic wheel cleaner. But obviously in this case we didn't have to, so there's no need to use that aggressive a product. And also there is a quicker way of doing it than what we've shown you, but being professionals, we've got to make sure first and foremost that what we're doing is the safest method and going to preserve the finish that's on the wheels at the moment. So we always like to start off with the weakest solution and work our way up in strength to make sure that we're not using something that's too strong for the application. If you keep to the weakest application you can and the least aggressive, It's going to make sure that the finish is looking as good as it can for as long as it can on your wheels. So yeah, there's other ways of doing it. I'm not saying what I've just shown you is necessarily the best way, but that's the process and thought process you should follow in your head to, you know, narrow down what you're using for what application. So there's no point using an iron fallout remover for, you know, just a generally dirty wheel. So if you've got a generally dirty wheel, just use a normal wheel cleaner, it's not rocket science. And then if you have got embedded iron particles, then draw for something stronger like a fallout remover. One thing to be mindful of as well, if you're working on a car with ceramic brakes, one, typically they don't make anywhere near as much brake dust, so the wheel is going to be a lot cleaner, so they don't need as aggressive a chemical. But also please bear in mind that acidic and strong alkali wheel cleaners or chemicals in general can severely damage a ceramic brake disc. So if this does happen to you, especially in a professional environment, it can end up costing you an absolute fortune. So use your head. If you've got ceramic, ceramic brakes that you're working with, they don't need anything aggressive, so why use it? But yeah, thank you very much for watching yet again. If there's anything you want to be featured on this series, anything that you need help with when you're working on your cars, then leave us a suggestion of what you might like to see in the future. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Show us some support, show us some love, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you very much for watching.